The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled that Capistrano Valley High School teacher James Corbett can make fun of Christianity and creationism without worrying about getting sued or facing any type of penalties for doing so, which is great news. It turns out that he was teaching a college-level European history class, and during the class he said that he felt that creationism was magic, that there was no reality when it came to creationism. And one of the students was actually a little pissed off about it. It was Chad Farnan. And that sophomore decided to sue the teacher to see what happens. Sorry.
Sorry, you lost.
You can't sue.
Okay, look, I don't think teachers should be making fun of Christianity or any of the other religions, as much as I might agree with them, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a good policy. The question is, should they be fired over that? And whenever I see that, I always see it in reverse, right? Meaning, like, what if the shoe was on the other foot? What if there was a teacher who was making fun of agnostics or atheists? Or, what if there was a teacher who was making fun of evolution? Now, those are all different in some ways. Evolution, if he's teaching biology and he's making fun of it, well, then he's not teaching the class, right? Mm-hmm. So then we've got an issue. But if he's making fun of agnostics or atheists, do I think he should be fired over that? Absolutely not, right? It is academic freedom. Now, again, I wish he wouldn't do it in any of those cases. I don't think high school is the right area for that. If in college you want to have a higher level conversation about that, mm-hmm. I think that's perfectly legitimate, whatever context it might be in. And in college, you're all adults and you get to have those conversations. But I wouldn't fire anybody over anything where they're expressing their opinion, whatever political opinion it might be. Now, if I'm the administrator, I might say to that person, let's try to stick to the subject matter here, right? Right. Whether you're Republican or Democrat or pro-Christianity or anti-Christianity.
Right. No, I agree with you on that. But I think an important thing to take away from this story is he's a high school teacher, but he's teaching a college level class. They're sophomores, but they're probably taking an AP level class or something, right? Mm-hmm. This is one of those rare situations where a tenured teacher makes sense. Right? Mm-hmm. And what do I mean by that? I'm not trying to bash tenured teachers, but I'm saying, like, we always think that tenured teachers have that status for no reason, right? They don't need that protection. What kind of academic freedom do you need when you're in high school? But this teacher is teaching a college level class within high school, and his tenure protected him from getting fired. And he was able to express his opinions, and I think that's an important thing for a high school teacher to do, regardless of whether or not the students agree with that teacher's standpoint.
Yeah, one more thing about this. Mm-hmm. When I was in high school, I often disagreed with my teachers. Mm-hmm. No one's surprised, right? I never thought any of them should be disciplined for not agreeing with me. And I'm like, Mr. Rollins is on the other side politically, and and I can tell he should be fired. Why? Why should he be fired?
Right.
To me, that doesn't make sense. Steve Oh.
It's not a matter of disagreement. It's a matter of being ridiculed, I believe. But here's the thing. I think it's wrong to ridicule someone's religion, but there's nothing wrong with ridiculing creationism. It's nonsense. And
but
it
that
is magic.
Religion.
No. He's not making fun of Christianity. Christianity is not, creationism, they purport that is science. And they're saying evolution versus creationism. You choose. There are two competing theories. It's not. It's a total false equivalency, and it's an absolute joke, and it should be ridiculed. It's like saying, I believe that my butt is a magic wand, and that's how the whole world was created. You decide. It's a competing theory with evolution. It's
if
nonsense.
You want, just look into it.
Yeah, it's just absolute nonsense, and that should be ridiculed because it's a joke.
Okay, look, I hear you, but I don't agree, actually, because creationism is born out of Genesis. That's their religion. Steve totally disagrees with it. I totally disagree with it. We ridicule it on our free time and on our show. But at the same time, it's straight out of the Bible. So that's why they believe it.
Here's my take on it, okay? You don't want to do something that discourages someone from sharing their ideologies, their opinions, and their thoughts in an educational atmosphere, right? By ridiculing and making fun of creationism or Christianity, you're discouraging students who might believe in that theory from, sharing their own views and sharing their own thoughts on that. So I don't agree with the teacher doing what he did in this case, even though I agree with him with the creationism. I think it's also magic and whatever, mm-hmm. or the equivalent of magic. But I think that it's important for, not for him not to get fired, not to get punished. But yeah, maybe a professor or administrator has a discussion with him and tells him, look, don't make fun of it, just explain to them why you don't believe in whatever it is that you're arguing against.
I think we have fairly adjudicated this case and we move forward.